All right, that's part two on the gang stalking. Anyway, those cars, I stopped and this is part two. And after that truck, which was a silver and black F-150, a real newer one, real new, super fast. I mean, it had some type of exhaust system. It wasn't stock, so it was really loud, and you can tell it was not stock. Very quick, very fast truck. And I just motioned the other three. I stopped. I went on a little ways, and then I slowed down. Finally stopped in the middle of the road, and I was turning my lights off because that's what they'll do. They'll ride around with their lights off because I do that too. Anything you do, they'll just start trying to mess with you. But I just mess with them back a little bit. I don't want to do too much, but anyway, I just motioned them around. Then I called 911. I got on interstate and went back to Athens where that other person was, and there was nothing there. So I got back on interstate. But I just like riding around at night. I mean, whether I never was targeted, I just like riding around at night. I did it when I was a teenager. It's cool, and nobody's out on the road, and it's peaceful. And I've always liked the nighttime, so I stay up late a lot because I worked midnights for years. And I sleep real good in the mornings for some reason. And then I try to get up before noon if I got something to do. So I'm kind of like a second shift would be good for me, or midnights if I started working again. But folks, I drove my Corvette to my dad's, which I don't have the title, and but I drove it on the back roads to my dad's. I just like to enjoy it, so I went over there and ate. And my dad's really liked the car because it was cleaned up, and but we're can't get a title, and that's part of the target. This lady has been told not to give me the title because they just want to make it hard on you. They know I love cars, and but anyway, my keys are missing. They stole my Corvette keys, folks, and unless I find them. Sometimes I do find stuff, but I've looked for about 5 hours and they're gone. And it's the only set I had, and I should have had more sets made. So now I got a Corvette in my garage that I can't move. Oh, it's really hurting my feelings. I'm going to go nuts. So I have to start taking my meds because this is just too hard to handle. Oh, Lord, what am I going to do? Well, trust Jesus and just go after the devil more, make my videos and pray more, and start, really my ministry is already growing. Pressure is good for a Christian. Persecution. Read the Bible, read the history. It just makes us stronger, and we win because we win. And anyway, now I got a Corvette, can't find the keys, and I'm gonna have to probably get. Well, see, I don't have a title, so I can't get any made because you got to have a title, and that was the same problem on this other car I had. They stole the title twice, and the keys got lost by a friend of mine. So this car sat in my driveway for a year and a half, and then I gave it away to a friend of mine, and finally had to get 2 titles because they kept stealing the title. And that's what they do. They come in your house, and now I got my Corvette keys. And plus, I wasn't going to drive it often because it's not legal. Don't have insurance on it, and I don't want to definitely get sued. But now I'm going to have to get a special guy to come and make a set of keys from the ignition, if it's possible. Or maybe I have to change it out now, change the ignition. But think about just buying another one. I'll have 2, just a lot. Or I want to buy a Porsche tomorrow, a 928. And it's a piece of crap, but it's not mechanically, it's just old. And I want to paint it and fix it up. I'm buying it cheap, real cheap, but it runs good. And I've always wanted a 928 Porsche. And so that's what I might do, or I just need a car because I got vehicles now that I got to fix. But I just made that video because I'm putting it on Facebook, and I want to start filming this stuff. I want to get me some cameras in my van and in my car that I can just film all this activity. And I made a real evasive video to the police, so they stepped the actions up. But what are they going to do? They're not going to get me to do anything that wrong. I'm just standing up for the Constitution, and it's all about control, and it's just a beast system. And this computer and this harassment system is part of Homeland Security, and they just do it on Christians. They do it on people that think outside the box, people that they can't control, they think are dangerous. Well, some of us could be. We're human. You know, you push buttons, you get reactions. There's no infallible situation. I mean, they can't control everything, and we can't either all the time, but we gotta be careful and use wisdom. But there's probably a lot of people that have gotten some situations they shouldn't have. I don't know of any, really. I don't investigate the negative part. Well, it's all negative, but I don't investigate. I'm sure there's some things that's happened. Because I heard that these harassed people, they have to sign papers in case there is some kind of revenge or some kind of people acting out to go after them. And if they get hurt and get beat up, they sign papers that the system they're in won't help them. But I'd say they do. But that's what I've studied a lot on it. I mean, you know, they're not really the police, so they don't have the police. They don't have the protection of the police. You know, if they were a police officer and you do something to them, and you'd have, you know, there's a whole set of laws for the police. But I don't know how they deal with this, with these people if they're challenged and something, you know, somebody goes off and hurts one of them, runs into them. But they stage wrecks and everything. You know, these people will run you off the road. They will hit you, and when you do insurance and you take, they won't even be. These people don't even exist. Their car will not exist. They won't have any record of who the person was. That's what they do. They'll give them a vehicle that don't even exist and kill you, or try to, and hurt you, just to scare you. One guy was T-boned, and they did a report and everything, and then a week later, it didn't even happen. No record of nothing. You know, it's just what they send their little message, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that person, there's no telling where they are. They probably in Utah somewhere. They just flew them in to do the job and to just make their statement. And there's never happened. And you got a lot of doctor bills because this guy was very hurt. And you know, I offended on that one. But I send this to my dad and whoever I need to send it to.